Alrighty, guys, Matt back here with another video for y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching this. As always, make sure y'all comment, like, and share the video out. If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. We will be doing a live stream probably this afternoon to cover this event. There is that level 3 enhanced risk. I like to go live anytime we have it enhanced or higher. Sometimes we go live for slight risk, but it just depends on what's happening with the weather forecast that day. So we will probably be live at some point this afternoon, so look for that here on TikTok. I did make that official decision to kind of go back here to TikTok as far as streaming and stuff like that goes. We got a lot of the problems fixed, I think, as far as the streaming went. So we should be good to go on here. We will be on here going forward for quite some time, at least until as of now. So be mindful of that, guys. Like I said, look out for a live stream here later on. I don't know when that time frame is going to be yet, but just kind of like I said, look out for a live stream. We do have a level 3, level 2, level 1 risk of severe weather now for today. Then that orange enhanced risk that got upgraded to enhanced this morning. That is, like I said, a level 3. We're expecting a hatched wind risk here, which we could see winds up to 65 to 75 miles an hour in that orange enhanced risk, including North Platte, Nebraska, Cook, Nebraska, Kearney, Grand Island is outside of that. Goodland, Kansas, Hayes, Kansas, Garden City, Dodge City, Liberal, Ulysses, and then in that level 2 yellow shading there, that slight risk, Valentine, Winter, South Dakota, O'Neill, Nebraska, Grand Island, Great Bend, and then we go into eastern Kansas there as well with the marginal risk into Hutchinson, and then we've got this down into Woodward with the marginal risk, Pampa, Amarillo, Texas, eastern Colorado, eastern Wyoming, and then parts of South Dakota, Rapid City, Pierre, getting into that level 1 risk. And so, like I said, the main threat for today, really not looking at a tornado risk with this today, guys. I would not rule out an isolated spin-up tornado just because anytime you have these mesoconvective scale system setups, you can get a little bit of spin, you can get a tornado to happen. So I wouldn't rule that out, but there is a less than 2% chance today, but still take that seriously. Just be mindful. The main threat for today is going to be damaging winds in that yellow and red hatched area here. This includes Goodland, Garden City, McCook, North Platte, Kearney. At least as of now, at the time that I'm making this video, this could change with the next update. But be mindful, this could be an area that sees winds gusts up to 75 miles an hour or higher in that hatched area. Outside of that, in the yellow and maroon, we could be looking at winds up to 60 to 70 miles an hour. And then we also do have a hail risk today as well. This is going to include a 15 in the yellow percent there, or 15% chance of seeing hail in that yellow area, and then a 5% there in the maroon. We could see hail up to 1 to 2 inches in diameter there. And then that's really it for today. There's really not much, guys. This is, like I said, going to be strictly a wind event today. You can actually see showers and storms already kind of firing off here. We've had storms ongoing this morning with a couple warnings, nothing too crazy right now. Got a lot of convection that is out there right now, so be mindful of flash flooding if you get under one of these heavy pockets of weather or of rain here. So we'll go ahead and talk about what we're going to be looking at as far as the future cast goes for you guys. You can see already, like I said, convection ongoing right now. This will continue to work its way east. You can see more storms firing off by 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon Central Time for parts of North Platte, Kearney, Grand Island over here in the Lincoln, Omaha, Nebraska. Now, Lincoln and Omaha, really not expecting nothing too crazy for you guys. So just see some rain, general thunderstorms for you guys. It's really after we get into that 5 and 6 o'clock time frame that we start to see those showers and storms firing off, and then we start to get a little MCS convective scale system that tries to develop here. That's basically a big old wind event that tries to develop around 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. So we'll continue to watch this and see what happens with this. Models do a pretty good job of showing that convection with a lot of heavy rain, maybe a spin-up tornado potentially as well. But winds could be anywhere from 65 or higher in this area. So Dodge City, Ulysses, Garden City, Great Bend, be mindful. Down here towards Guyman, Oklahoma, Liberal, be mindful of this as well. Well, that'll work its way east through the morning hours of tomorrow, and then we'll just have rain in Oklahoma and parts of Kansas and eastern Nebraska for your commute as you go into work on your Saturday. If you have work on Saturday. If not, enjoy your weekend if you have that opportunity. Now, one more thing we're going to talk about with severe weather. This is the only other day of severe weather. It's a very, very low kind of different pattern that we have that's going to be setting up. I talked about this yesterday in the video. Tomorrow's forecast, 2 marginal risk areas for severe weather. The eastern North Carolina, parts of South Carolina, Virginia getting into that marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, wind and hail over there, and then a wind and hail threat for parts of New Mexico, southern Colorado, and western Texas. And we'll talk more about the timing of that in the video for tomorrow. But like I said, guys, not a lot going on with severe weather, and that's going to be a good thing as far as getting a break with things. Now, I do want to show you guys here, this is, like I said, going to be a pretty quick video, so I do want to show you guys the models here. What are we looking at as far as, you know, just general, you know, what's going to look down the road? What are we looking at now? The general pattern right now, this is going to be your 500 millibar wind with height. This is basically going to be your mid-level winds. This is what controls your highs, your lows, your different types of severe weather, all that kind of stuff, just everything, you know, in general here. You can actually see very, very quiet across much of the United States, with the exception of a low up in Canada. This is bringing a strong southwesterly flow across the Rockies here, which is giving us that severe weather threat today for parts of Kansas, Nebraska. You will see that work its way east. And then as we go into the next couple of days here, we're really not going to see much going on. This is something as far as a lull in the severe weather pattern that we're going to have. I don't expect there to be any significant more severe weather unless, we get these buckles in the jet stream that could potentially happen with daytime heating, kind of like what we're seeing today. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a divot in the jet stream here off that high pressure ridge that's sitting in the four corners. But as we go through the next couple of days here, I'm really not expecting much severe weather. So it'll be a quote unquote quiet start to much of the end of July here, quiet finish to the end of July, hopefully. And then as we go into August, things could change just a little bit, maybe getting more active up into the northern plains again, potentially. But as far as like significant severe weather outbreaks go, I'm not expecting anything on my radar as far as that goes. Now, I do want to show you guys the precip chance. We will have general thunderstorms for much of the United States due to daytime heating convection. When your temperatures are hot outside, those dew points are high, you can get convection, you get thunderstorms. I think everybody kind of understands how that works. You can just kind of see, if you're watching over here in parts of the eastern and central United States here, you can see much of convection that starts to develop, especially into next week. General thunderstorms. I think a lot of people will see rain. We could have these couple days of marginal risk days for severe weather, would not rule that out, but I don't see any type of severe weather that's really organized per se as of right now as far as anything goes. Another thing I want to talk about is going to be those temperatures. We've been talking about this a lot. The heat indexes over in the West Pacific and Central Plains. Guys, these heat indexes are going to continue to push 100 degrees. We are talking excessive heat, excessive heat, excessive heat. You just look over here at the map over in parts of California, and you got heat indexes and air temperatures above 110, which is, you got to take care of your bodies. You got to make sure you're staying hydrated. You got to make sure that you are watching how much time you spend outside using sunscreen. I would just be, I don't know how I would live over there in that part of California, honestly, guys. I couldn't do it. But that's just me personally. There's people that absolutely love it over there. So as we go into the next couple of days here in the next week as well, you can kind of start to see that pattern really continue to stay over there in the West Pacific, just continuing to see heat. We start to build the heat dome back over here in the Ohio Valley into the parts of the East Coast, but the temperatures start to say, in the mid 80s, maybe some 90s popping up as we get into the next week, but nothing excessively crazy like we're seeing over in the West Pacific, where we're seeing these triple digit temperatures like insanely a couple days in a row, a couple weeks in a row over there. So just kind of be mindful of that. But guys, I'm going to leave it short with that. Make sure y'all watch out for the live stream this afternoon. We might have one, we might not. It just depends on what unfolds later on this afternoon with the models and what picks up on radar and all that kind of stuff. But other than that, guys, make sure y'all share this out, comment if you have any questions, and I will see you guys either in the live stream tonight or in the next video tomorrow. Stay safe, y'all. Be weather aware.